How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Road to Endgame. Episode number 4. We're trugging along. We're getting close to the first Avengers movie. I'm really excited. But today we are talking about another origin story. The God of Thunder, Thor. That's who we're talking about today. This movie, again, is not one of the better movies, but we're getting up there. We're getting up to another good movie. So we're just going to hop right into it. As usual, I will give you the synopsis. I will give my review, tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, and then I will tell you where it is ranked in my personal MCU rankings. So without further ado, let's just hop right in. So we're going to start off with the synopsis, and the synopsis reads, as the son of Odin, king of the Norse gods, Thor, will soon inherit the throne of Asgard from his aging father. However, on the day that he is to be crowned, Thor reacts with brutality when the god's enemies, the Frost Giants, enter the palace in violation of their treaty. As punishment, Odin banishes Thor to Earth, while Loki, Thor's brother, plots mischief in Asgard. Thor, now stripped of his powers, faces his greatest threat. So, this movie is not one of the better Marvel movies in my opinion, but it's not the worst. I found it very interesting as kind of a character study development type story. I think that's kind of how a lot of the script was written. But the big glaring issue, in my opinion, is the Earth stuff. Some people disagree with me. They think that that's the best part of the movie. That's just not the part that I like. I love the Asgard kind of Shakespearean type vibe that Asgard gives and all of that. If they stuck with that the entire movie, I think the movie would have been 10 times better. I'm not saying the stuff on Earth was terrible, but it was the worst stuff in the movie. The three people. You have Jane Foster, you have the Doctor, I forget what his name is, and then you have Darcy. I think Jane and the Doctor were kind of okay. Darcy is the most... I don't want to say something that sounds mean, because why is she in this movie or the other movie? I don't understand. I get that her character's there for comic relief and kind of to dumb down the science, because they talk in language that most people don't understand. She's like, oh, what are you talking about? I get that that's kind of why she's there. I didn't like her character. I just didn't like her character. So that was one of the big glaring issues. I did kind of like the fish out of water type stuff. I think it was a bit overdone. I think it was kind of, they were really pushing the the funny jokes. I get where they were going. I just think they did it a little too hard. They pushed it too hard. And I think, a little bit's fine, but I think they really were just trying to cram it down people's throats. So that was one of the biggest glaring issues to me, was the fish out of water type aspects, and Darcy's character. She didn't need to be there. Like I said again, I love the Asgardian feel. I love all of that. It's kind of hard to figure out who the villain is, kind of in this movie as well. At some points it's Loki. At some points, it's the Frost Giants. At some points, on Earth, it's that big destroyer robot, which was by Loki. So it's kind of another Iron Man 2 situation where there's a few villains, and it gets kind of messy. It's not as messy as Iron Man 2, so that's kind of a redeeming factor, but it's still a bit messy. The writing, I didn't think was terrible. It wasn't the best writing I've ever seen in my life, but it wasn't awful in any means. The whole Loki arc, with him finding out that he's a Frost Giant baby, I thought that was very interesting. I really liked that arc. I thought it was great. The arc about Thor becoming worthy, I think, is great. I think the overarching general story arcs with our characters in this movie are really good. I think they're really good. I think Thor's arc, like I said, of him trying to become worthy again and earn his powers back, I think that arc is great, to a point. And that goes back to the issues I talked about earlier. Loki's arc, I think, was great. I really think that arc was great. So those are some of the redeeming factors. That's why this movie isn't down as low. It used to be lower, but after giving it a few rewatches, I started to really pick up on kind of what they were going at. I kind of understood. So I enjoyed the movie. I did. Again, it's not one of my favorites. It just barely breaks into my top 15, which isn't really hard to do because there's only 20 movies out right now, but that's besides the point. It barely breaks into my top 15. I liked it though. Was not terrible. I thought the characters were likable. They were good. Besides Darcy, I'm sorry. I didn't like her character. I did not like her character. She just seemed tacky. She was funny, and I get it. Comic relief. I totally understand. But I just was like, I don't know. I personally was like, I don't think we really needed her in the movie. Again, besides the point. So I like the movie. Like I said, it's not the worst movie in the world. To give it my ranking in the MCU, it is my 14th out of 20th movies. So that means there are 6 movies below it. So we're getting into a more reasonable range. I said maybe like the bottom 4 were... I said like the bottom 3 Marvel movies I thought were actually like not good. And the rest of them from 17 up are good. I think they're good. I like them in some way, shape, or form. And Thor is one of those examples. I like the overarching story arcs. Some of the characters are likable. There's aspects that I do like, but there's also some stuff that drags it down. That's why it's all the way down at 14. But of course, like every Road to Endgame video, I want to hear you guys in the comments. What did you think of Thor? Let me know down below. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you agree with my points? Do you disagree? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to discuss it. Maybe change my mind. But again, I enjoyed the movie. Not the worst movie in the world. Definitely things that could have been fixed. But the Thor trilogy, I think, is the weakest trilogy in the MCU. I hate to say it. Ragnarok was a huge hit, but the other two are just slack. So unfortunately, that's just what Thor was given, and you got to work with what you're given with. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Again, comment down below. What did you think of Thor? Love to talk to you guys in the comments below. I love commenting back. Love interacting. Please remember to subscribe if you're new here. I'm doing every Marvel movie up until Endgame. Every Marvel movie. I've already done the Hulk. I've already done Iron Man, the Hulk, and Iron Man 2. Those are already on my channel. Go check out the playlist if you have not checked them out already. Make sure, again, you like this video. Share with all of your Marvel fans. I'm trying to maybe push to get to around 500 subscribers by the end of this year. I know it's only February. I think it might be obtainable. We'll see. Make sure you subscribe. I'd love to get to that goal. That would mean so much to me. But again, guys, thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video, and have a great rest of your day.